in this day and age that things just move too fast, and we all get caught up in the situation where we just don't know what to focus on. There's too many things going on in our lives. One method that is used is pretty similar to again, it's another disassociation technique. It's taking ourselves out of the scenario in order to find what it is that we need to be doing in order to achieve our best results, and, you know, do really what is important to us at that time. So what you need to do for this one, it's quite literally a reframing exercise. So what we need to do is, again, as with most of these techniques, you need to just, for the first few times that you do it, sit down and relax. Find somewhere quiet where you can just pay attention to this video, or pay attention to yourself, more importantly, because that's where the information is going to be coming from. It's going to be coming from your own mind. I want you to sit down and relax, and to you know, just really take the time to find the things in your lives that, you know, you just, all of the different elements that can pack together to form your life at this time. So you might have work, you might have family obligations, you might have other obligations outside of work and family. You may have various social activities that you need to engage in order to become better at what it is that you do. Or maybe just to make you feel better, we don't know. Take these things that seem to be crowding your life, and I want you in your mind to be able to have some sort of representation for each one of those things. And it doesn't have to be an accurate representation, you don't have to have a perfect picture in your mind, but some sort of symbol so that you can define that one symbol means one thing and another symbol means another thing, and begin to lay these symbols into the photo frame, the picture frame of your life. So pop them all in there, and if some come to you while you're thinking about it, just throw them in there as well. They might be pictures, they might be videos, there might even be little sound clips that you can hear in your mind. That's fine, you can put them all in the picture. Take all of these elements and stick it in that frame, and what you should end up with is a very, very, very busy, bustly picture with lots of bits and pieces overlapping, lots of symbols and icons and pictures and sounds and videos, and, you know, maybe a few bits and pieces there that you can really, you know, get your teeth into. Okay, and probably some other stuff that's less significant because at this time it's not quite as important to you. That's not to say that in the future it's going to be any less important, or in the past that it's been any less important, but at this time now, those distant things can just remain distant and, you know, quite inconsequential. And we'll work with those another time if and when we need to. Okay, using this same technique, because the idea of this, putting it all in a picture, it looks lovely, I'm sure. If it's anything like mine, it's a very, very messy picture, very chaotic, and I don't really know a lot of what's going on. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this picture and we're going to take the essence of it, leave the frame where it is, and take this picture and move it across to a really big frame. A huge, great big frame. Take all of the pieces out of the normal frame of your life and move them into a much larger, bigger picture. That's right, just shift it across in your mind from the frame of your life into this much more accommodating, larger frame. Okay? And when you've done that, and again, you can do this all in your own time. This is just a quick video, really for you to learn from. So you can move these all across into this big frame, and what I want you to do now is just to take the time to spread it out. To spread it out and see the space between these icons, these images, these sound clips or videos that you have playing in this picture. Just spread it out along, across, up and above and below, right across, using all of the space within this new frame, in this bigger, larger frame. And notice the space that you can achieve between each of these representations. And if you need to, you can make this frame bigger. There's nothing stopping you. It's all in your minds, and that's the beauty of it, because in your mind you can do whatever you want. So make this frame bigger if you have to achieve more space. That's it. And if you're the sort of person that likes to sort things into piles, then you can go right ahead and do that. You can sort, family piles down here and work piles up here and any other sort of piles. Do you have piles? For those of you that aren't from the UK, hemorrhoids, piles. Go to the doctor if you've got them sort of piles. I don't deal with them here yet. Okay, enough of the bad jokes. What I want you to do now is to look at the piles that you have in your frame, and you can really begin now to see which ones are more important, which ones fill up more of your life. And if you take those individual piles, you'll see again that there's some inconsequential stuff there, so you can just strip away the inconsequential stuff for the time being and be left with the main core of each of those sections. And again, notice the space between each of those individual representations and the inconsequential stuff around those piles of different areas of your life. Okay? What I want you to do now is to look at just one thing that stands out above anything else, that clearly is the most pressing matter that you have. And I want you to take that, whatever it is, and shift it across to yet just one thing. Leave the rest of it in the big frame. We'll come back to sort this out later, if it wants to be sorted. I mean, it's very, the odds are very good that we could teach your unconscious mind how to do this technique, and it may go away and just do the rest all on its own. But if I teach you the fundamentals, then you can come back and look at it whenever you like. And again, with all these techniques, they become more proficient the more that you use them. Okay, or you become more proficient the more that you use them. Take that image, that one individual representation, be it a sound clip or a picture or a video clip or a colour, I don't know, whatever, and stick it in a picture frame. But this time, this picture frame is smaller than your original one. So it's smaller than the picture that you have in your life. And you're taking this representation from this large frame and you're going to stick it in this picture so that you can basically inspect it under a microscope and still maintain a healthy distance from it. By keeping it in a frame, what we're doing, again, as with other techniques, is we're disassociating ourselves. We're stepping back and removing ourselves from the emotion and feelings of the situation. So we're able to study it at a much more objective and helpful point of view, okay, to get the best results from it. So now that we have this one representation, this top priority, what I want you to do now is just allow yourself to relax deeper as you look at this. And just allow your unconscious mind, allow that part of your mind that looks after you in day-to-day life, just to mill through the detail of it. And again, it doesn't have to be an accurate representation. That part of your mind knows exactly what it is that it's looking for, even if you don't consciously understand it. But what you're doing now is you're giving it space and time and perspective to be able to sort this out in a way that's coherent and beneficial to yourself.